everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's end of April but it's 7 degrees today and it's cold, but we want to finish our deck before summer starts so that we can enjoy it to the maximum. Right now we have cleaned our deck after the winter and stained it. If you want to know how we did it, how we stained our deck, we are going to put the link to the video up here, so you please do watch that before you watch this. We are going to install deck tiles that we got from Costco. If you go to Costco, you must have definitely seen them. We are going to transform our space with those deck tiles, but it's cold, so let's go inside and I'll show you what I mean. So these are the deck tiles that we got from Costco. These are 12 by 12 inches, which is 1 square feet, and one pack has 10, so it covers 10 square feet. This cost us $22 for 10, and our deck size is 18 by 10, so we needed 180. So we got 18 packs of these. That should cover our deck, but we have some extra as well because it's Costco, we can always return it. So for this project, what we need are just simple tools. One of them is the mallet. This is just to put the tiles in place because it's an interlocking system. The other one is to cut the tiles, because at the edges you might need to cut them if they don't fit perfectly, and for that we're going to use this jigsaw. But if you do not have the jigsaw, you can also use this handsaw and it'll do the same thing. The last thing that you need is measuring tape and pencil, so that you know exactly how much to cut and you can draw it out before you cut, so it doesn't give you a rough edge. So this is what you need to do this project. It's going to be an easy project. I'm going to hand it over to my husband to start with it. Go on.
These are how the tiles look like, 1 foot by 1 foot. There are two options of installing them. Either we can install them horizontally or like this on the floor, or there is an option of installing them like a checkerboard, which we'll be doing. So there will be alternate. One would be vertical line, one would be horizontal. Installation is quite easy. There are tabs on two ends of each tile. We don't have nothing much, so we'll be installing like this. So one tab will go inside, something like this, and you just put hammer, we just put mallet on top, and so this is how they will get locked. If you want to remove it, you can simply pull it up and remove. Our plan is to start the tiles from that edge and then from the front. So that is what will happen, is that we'll have a full tile in the front and as well as on this side, because this is the area which will be visible as soon as we enter through our door. On the side, we have to also make sure that we leave enough gap between the railings and the tile, about 3 millimeters, so that it expands during the summer. So we'll have to leave a gap. For leaving a gap, what I have done is I had these shims with me, so these are approximately 3 millimeters. So I'll just put it alongside the railings, and with the tiles next to it I'll just put that, so that we have uniform distance between the tile and the railing throughout. So this will help me a lot. We just have to make the corner cuts. That would be a bit difficult, but the center part is just click, and with the use of mallet it will be quite easy and straightforward.
At the edges of the deck, we have posts that come up, and we needed to cut the tiles around them. We made sure that we had enough space, so we used the shims so that if they expand in the summer, they have place to expand too. So we drew out the area we had to cut, and then we used the saw to cut it out. Once it was cut, we could easily slide it into the space and have the shins to measure the distance from the sides, make sure we have left some space for it to expand in the summer, and then we could go ahead and attach the next tile onto it using the locking system. Now for some of the tiles that are on the edge, there will be tabs that will come out from the side, and we don't need these tabs, and they would just interfere with and hit the railing. So we decided to remove the tabs using the saw and just cut them off before we went ahead and install them on the edges. Did the same for all of the other tiles that had the posts coming up in between. So we made the cuts to ensure that the tiles went around the posts and they fit snugly onto the space. These tiles are attached to each other using an interlocking system, so it's very easy to put them in place and attach them onto the tabs. Even on the corners like this one, this was the last corner and we could easily fit the tile onto it because we had cut it around the post. We decided that we would do all of the edges first, so we went ahead and started laying all the tiles, made the cuts where we had to. It was easier that way because the most cuts had to be made on the sides. Once we were done with the sides, we could start with the center and we started attaching it to each other. There was no cutting involved at this stage because we didn't have to cut from any of the sides. Nothing came on the edge, so we just had to put them onto each other and then use the mallet to fix them in space. So this portion was fairly easy. We went ahead and attached to each other. Coco seemed to like the new tiles. On the edge, we just put everything together and then we slid it in, and then we just attached the last 2 rows to the main portion of the tiles, and just with the mallet put everything in place. And this was the last section that we had to do. I just use a leaf blower to remove any dirt or any dust from the center of the tiles because when we were cutting there were a lot of residue. How does our deck look with our new deck tiles? I think it looks great, but there's a lot more left to do. So stay tuned for our next videos. We are going to transform this place completely. But in the meantime, I hope you liked our video of installing these Costco deck tiles. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And we will see you next time. Bye!